Plus, a local man says that he should be the leader of a religious movement worth millions of dollars. He says that he wants the money to restart the charities the group was famous for. The exclusive story you'll only see on News Channel 3. It's 11 o'clock. Time for news.
Now from the desert's news leader, KESQ News Channel 3 HD at 11.
Hello, I'm Tamara DeMonte.
And I'm John White. A La Quinta man is launching a legal campaign for control of a religious movement worth millions of dollars. As the adopted son of the International Peace Movement's late founder, Tommy Garcia of La Quinta, says he wants to restart the charities that once made the movement famous.
News Channel 3's Nathan Baca shows us how Garcia plans to fight for the heart and soul of this once very powerful church. It's a story you'll only see here on News Channel 3.
You realize this is not something out of the ordinary.
Little is known about Father Divine's personal life. We don't even know his real name. He was born around 1876. As an evangelical reverend, he gained a following in 1920s New York and Philadelphia. That began a movement, the International Peace Movement. Many of his followers thought he was the living form of God. Divine's charitable empire grew in money, buying up several hotels and businesses on the East Coast. Father Divine and his second wife, Mother Divine, lived in an estate called Woodmont near Philadelphia in the 1960s. That's when the movement began to shrink and faced a succession crisis. That's when cult leader Jim Jones comes in.
As we entered heaven and the grace of Father Divine. All of it. The gift is his. The gift of eternal salvation.
This 1970s movie portrays a meeting between Jim Jones and Father Divine, played by James Earl Jones, when Jim Jones tried to become Divine's successor.
Do you really believe that you are God? I don't have to say that I am God, and I don't have to say that I am not God. I say that thousands of people call me God, millions of them, and millions of people call me the devil. But I don't say that I'm God, and I don't say that I'm the devil.
Instead, Father Divine chose a child. Because the International Peace Movement was built on interracial relationships, he chose a Mexican-American child to symbolize the mixing of the races. He chose Tommy Garcia, the 8-year-old son of one of his movement's members.
Says, Tommy, it's come to my attention that no one wants you. I want you. And if you agree to live with me here at Woodmont, I will take care of you for the rest of your life.
Tommy and his sister lived an unusual and sheltered life at the Woodmont estate. Divine's followers treated Tommy Garcia as the son of God. But when Father Divine died in 1965, his wife took control of the movement. She sent Tommy away. He made a life of his own, hardly ever sharing the story of his time with Father Divine's movement until now.
I feel that I'm the voice of my mother, my sister who's gone, and all the thousands of followers who I knew who are also disenchanted. Now they have nothing now.
The International Peace Movement charities that once gave food and shelter to thousands of people nearly disappeared under the leadership of Mother Divine.
I'd like for her to fulfill Father Divine's prophecy and his ideas and his foresight. He had incredible foresight. She said he was God. And all through the teachings and everything she always said, they talked about his foresight. Then when they asked her, well, who is the successful heir? Who is going to take over? She goes, the Spirit moves in mysterious ways. We have never planned that out. That makes no sense. Remember this one? This is the day when Father Divine died.
So Tommy Garcia has dedicated himself to research in an attempt to bolster his claim to the leadership role he says Father Divine wished him to have. If the Peace Movement's headquarters at the Woodmont estate can be described as palatial, Garcia's recent actions are nothing short of a palace coup. Nathan Baca, News Channel 3 HD, La Quinta.
Our fellow ABC station in Philadelphia asked for a tour of the Woodmont estate. The request was denied. The war over the heart and soul of the International Peace Movement continues, and our investigation continues tomorrow night at 11, only on News Channel 3.
Plus, a News Channel 3 exclusive. A Valley man wants to take control of a religious movement that may be worth millions of dollars. Tonight, hear the rest of his story. It's 11 o'clock. Time for news.
Now from the desert's news leader, KESQ News Channel 3 HD at 11.
Hello, I'm John White.
And I'm Tamara DeMonte. A La Quinta man is launching a legal campaign for control of a religious movement worth millions of dollars. As the adopted son of the International Peace Movement's late founder, Tommy Garcia of La Quinta says that he wants to restart the charities the movement was once famous for.
Tonight, News Channel 3's Nathan Baca has the second part of his investigation showing us how Garcia plans to fight for the heart and soul of this once powerful church.
From all over the country, followers pour in by car and by special divine-owned buses to pay homage to his name.
Evangelical leader Father Divine led a movement to feed and shelter thousands in the 1930s and 40s.
Peace, everyone. Thank you.
Many of his followers thought of Father Divine as the living form of God. Before he died at age 89 in 1965, Father Divine did two things. He married 21-year-old Edna Richings, known as Mother Divine, and he adopted 8-year-old Tommy Garcia. He chose Garcia to be his heir, but it was not to be.
For those of you that are daily attendants, you realize this is not something out of the ordinary.
The once huge charity banquets the International Peace Movement once held are now small gatherings with an aging group. But the movement still controls tens of millions in real estate, including this mansion called Woodmont near Philadelphia.
As a 52-room French chateau, Father Divine's office was an octagon-type office right over here. It's all made of black granite, limestone, copper steeples. Remember this one? This is the day when Father Divine died.
Yep.
Tommy Garcia, now a La Quinta business owner, researched Divine's church for years, saying he hopes to force the secretive leadership to open up and give what remains of its financial holdings to the poor, as it did so long ago.
For these last, I guess, 8 years, I've been compiling as much information as I can for the veracity of this story to be able to go after her, if not in the courts, in the court of public opinion, and have her answer questions that are very pertinent questions that you must answer in a black and white answer, not the spirit moves in mysterious ways and you don't know what God has in plan for you. That makes no sense.
There may be little Garcia can do. Mother Divine controls the International Peace Movement. The church's headquarters at Woodmont has refused recent requests for media access. But Tommy Garcia and his wife, Lori, say they have dreams of what they would do with the millions of dollars accumulated by Father Divine.
There are a lot of things that Tommy and I have talked about that we would do, given the ability with the resources that are available. There are a lot of people that are abandoned, a lot of children that are, as we hear them described, as throwaways.
One of the most important things he told me was, Tom, treat everybody with dignity and respect no matter what race, creed, color, or religion. Take care of the elderly and be a voice for those who have no voice. Well, the people that have no voice is my mom, my sister, and the followers that have passed away, that many of their family members never knew what happened to them.
A religious movement that has nearly gone silent may soon find its voice in a La Quinta man once thought of by some as the Son of God. How the church leadership will fight this prodigal son's return remains to be seen. Nathan Baca, News Channel 3 HD, La Quinta.
And if you missed last night's report on the Father Divine controversy, you can watch it online now at KESQ.com. Never miss a story with the Desert's news leader on the air and online.